Breaking news, Judge Liman does the right thing and kicks Perez Hilton's case back to Nevada. This is a massive win. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I'm here with Leanne Newton. Leanne, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Legal analysis. Leanne called in. We literally just had a whole stream. Perez was so defeated, so upset. We had an amazing whole stream, and you should go watch the roller coaster of emotions as Perez was in Nevada facing this hearing, which seemed like a complete waste of time because the Nevada judge was like, well, look, the jurisdiction's not mine. If I'm going to kick it over back to New York, if he claims jurisdiction, well, then he's going to get it. And Perez felt defeated, given everything that Perez has said about Judge Liman. Even said it here. I believe Judge Liman is biased, yada, yada, yada. But I held hope, Leanne, against everybody in those comments. I was like, I refuse to say it. Yes, I have not always agreed with Liman, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll kick it back. And look what he just did. Liman, I don't know, I wish we could have gotten this a little earlier, mind you. But Liman wrote up a 7-page, we're going to go through with Leanne's commentary, but Leanne summarizing this, going through at the very just sort of end, because it's a lot to sort of digest and translate. Lively's motion to compel Perez in New York is denied without prejudice for lack of personal jurisdiction. Can we get a hallelujah? This is great news, is it not, Leanne?
It's amazing. It's the right decision. I think I was like talking to you 30 minutes ago saying, well, Nevada is the right place for the compliance. But this is definitely a great decision. It is without prejudice, so Lively can try again. But it's definitely an indication. I mean, she might not bother, but it's an indication what the judge is thinking. So
it says here, in reaching this conclusion, the court is particularly mindful of Perez's pro se status. It is well established that a court is ordinarily obligated to afford a special solicitude to pro se litigants. The rationale underlying this rule is that pro se litigant generally lacks both legal training and experience. True, and accordingly is likely to forfeit important rights through inadvertence if he is not afforded some degree of protection. Ultimately, the court is reluctant to hold that Perez's motion operated as a waiver of his rights, given his lack of representation and his clear intent to litigate issues related to the subpoena in the District of Nevada. Finding that the defendant did not waive his personal jurisdiction defense, noting that second heart. So he's basically giving Perez the benefit, which I got to give this judge. Guys, everyone's been so quick to bash Liman, but I've said it over and over again. Yes, there's been stuff I don't agree with, but I do feel like he's been more fair than not, Leanne. I got to say it. There's been a lot of things that haven't been in Justin's favor, but more often than not, I don't think he's been so far over the line. He's definitely done more leaning towards Blake. I have to acknowledge that. But this is an example now, which we can't deny, where he's doing the right thing and he's clearly proving, look, not only is the jurisdiction right, but he's protecting Perez, which is amazing. Perez has literally said the worst things about this guy, and the judge is doing the right thing in spite of it, not seeking revenge and proving to Perez, no, not only is the jurisdiction wrong, but I'm going to protect you because you don't know better, and I got to protect you legally because you didn't have support, and because you filed this, you didn't know. So I'm not going to penalize you for that. It goes back to Nevada. Am I correct in reading that? Is that what he's doing here?
That's exactly what he's doing. He's made a few points. There's obviously the point that he is pro se, so he's at a disadvantage. But he's also said that Lively hasn't actually alleged that the discovery she's seeking from Perez relates to his contacts from the forum state. She's alleging that he's consented to personal jurisdiction or has waived any objections, likely, as we were talked about, earlier, over his filing for the protective order. But the judge is actually saying, well, no, he's been filing after filing and saying specifically, very clearly, I object to jurisdiction in New York. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm really pleased for Perez as well. Hopefully now he can move forward.
Yeah, well, it sounds like then next week, Tuesday's hearing will actually be effective because now that's what's frustrating. The judge couldn't have just talked to Liman a little bit earlier to waste today's time, because if we had this a few hours earlier, we could have proceeded, right? And that's what's frustrating. So now he's going to have to come back and do it again. But still, at least Liman got it out there. Now it's clear. He doesn't have to waste more and stress about this. We got to give it applause, guys. I know a lot of you have been anti-Liman, and you still may be. It's not like he's going to be perfect. But in this case, he did exactly what I hoped. And such a good timing, Leanne, right? Because this is smart of him to make sure he's doing the right thing. Even if he has a little bit of frustrations with Perez, he knows there's a lot of eyes on him, and he knows by protecting Perez in this incident, I imagine he knows I have to do this. Don't you think?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think, I mean, he can't make legally improper rulings out of sort of malice and spite. He's got to have reasoning. And the one thing I will say about this filing is a 7-page order. So he's gone into it in great detail. He has cited a lot of case law. I'll be doing a long thread on this later. But this would have been written before the hearing today. I will say that. He has not just banged this out in the last couple of hours. This has taken time. There's a lot of research has gone into it. And he has dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. I can't see Lively bringing back, because it's without prejudice. So she can try again. She can file another motion, but she's got to have something more.
To prove that he's a New York journalist, which he's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. So I think, and nothing that she's seeking from him applies to New York. And the judge has clearly said, well, your argument that he has waived his objections or effectively consented to being under the jurisdiction of New York is wrong, because he's actually said over and over again he does not consent to that. So I can't see what Lively's going to bring now to have another go at it. But
yeah, the timing is again pro Lively in that Perez had some media attention there from the local news from 4 outlets, and now it looks like he lost, but he didn't. Yeah. And that's what's so frustrating about it. So many steps to this case, and it's weird Liman couldn't have got this out earlier, knowing that this hearing was today, and that they couldn't talk more. But whatever, it's good news at the end of the day. She didn't win, and now we'll see what happens. I guess on Tuesday we'll do another follow-up. I suspect we'll be live again on Tuesday, covering this and hopefully celebrating. And Leanne, this is a big deal for me as well, because this is only going to reiterate that my case in Florida clearly is going to happen in Florida, which is encouraging. Yeah. And with last night's motion, or the judge's ruling as well, that the Wayfarer parties have to provide a lot of the stuff that they're trying to seek through Perez and I, which is was their communication. Go ask them. We're journalists. We don't have to give you that. There's a unfair burden. So the fact that they revealed that, do you agree that's going to give both of our cases a harder time for Blake?
Yes, I think it will. Absolutely. I think, and because the judge did finally, he also said in that order, I'm currently doing a thread on it now. I did do a summary last night on X, but he did actually set like a deadline for discovery, like basically said to Blake, you can't just have, endless discovery that will go on forever and a day. So he's now given a deadline of, she can only get discovery up to the 18th of February.
The 18th of February,
so that's when she filed her first amended complaint. That was Wayfarer's compromise, I think, and a fair one as well. So anything after that now she can't ask for. So I think that's going to be helpful as well for yourself and Perez, because there's a limit on what she can ask.
Yeah. Well, amazing news. There it is. We were literally live all day, and then this broke just as I stopped. So I wanted to give you this breaking update because it's a big win for everybody. And kudos to Perez. He still has his hearing Tuesday. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for all alerts. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that like button as well. Leave the thumbs up as well and comments. And make sure you go support Leanne. There's Leanne's channel. Go subscribe to her, as well as Citizen Journalist. I don't know where the link went, but support her as well. There she is. She did a killer job. Look for her up on YouTube. And shout out to Perez. I told you to stay positive, buddy. There it is. What do you guys think? Are you surprised by this? Are you happy by this? This is the latest updates. We'll keep you posted on more, so stay tuned.